Namaskar, everyone. So, welcome to a new day and welcome to Sunday. Just a reminder to you that you're not the physical body. For some of us, the physical body can be a burden, especially when it's growing older or it's diseased in some way. It becomes a burden. But if you're sufficiently aware of who you are, because you're not the body, you can energize the physical body even through its challenges, and that's beautiful. So do you see then how important it is to understand who you are? You are the one who's looking through the eyes, but you're not the eyes, and you're not the body. You're the ones who vibrate the vocal cords, but you're not the body that creates the sound. You're the one who touches through the hands, walks on the feet, but yet you're not aware of that. You think that you're an animal with the hands and feet. Can you hold this up as a possibility that you're not the physical body, that you live in the physical body, until you can feel it, until you can realize it? What a joy it will be if you begin to realize that you're not the body and that you can take this body to its highest potential. The body is a marvelous biomachine, marvelous, beyond your imagination. It fights disease for you, except when you overburden it with toxicity and it's overwhelmed. But your body is a marvelous machine. It has the power to transform food into this. It has the power to serve you, allowing you to work through your desires. There's a marvelous brain and nervous system with tremendous more potential than you know. You use only a fraction of the brain. The brain has centers in it of ecstasy where you can stimulate ecstasy in the human experience. What a world. We live in a body and we hardly understand it. We hardly understand our purpose on this planet because we become attached to the things that are perishable. All the things that you meet here, you're going to leave it right here. It begs the question, who am I? What am I doing in this world? Who am I? Where have I come from? Where am I going? Have you lived before this life? Certainly you have. And imagine, we all fear death, yet death is a liberating thing for the soul. When a child is born, we're so happy. But a child has lost its freedom of its soul and has come into a human body, into darkness. Imagine coming down the birth canal and having to lose your awareness, and you go into darkness, and then you're crying through a child. Your brain capacity is so small. We're happy when the child comes, but I'm not sure the child is happy. The child starts to cry. Of course, the crying is associated with the need to breathe. But when we leave the body, it's a glorious thing. We slip out of the body to a realm of light. And that's our mind perceives and holds darkness. It's more important while it's in the human body to seek the light, to understand self, and to live in the light. That's why we chant the Guru Gita. It tells us how to move from the darkness into the light. And it tells us how to respect the messengers who are in the space, because they know the journey, and how to work with them, that we too may uncover our light. It says you'd be a fool if you don't understand the power of the guide to help you, and the awareness of your own inner guide, because the outer guide is to push you within, and the inner guide is to pull you inside. It's the same guide, appearing outside for you, to help you, to support you, and appearing inside of you. Guru Tattva. And it calls you a fool, Mudhaste. Let's begin with Sri Guru Gita. Thank you for joining in this morning. Om Namah Parvati Pataye Hara 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 Mahadev. Om Guru Jaya Guru. Om Guru Sachidananda Guru. Om Guru Om Jaya Om Sachidananda Om Guru Om Guru Jaya Guru Om Guru Om Sachidananda Guru Om Guru Om Guru Om Guru Om Nanda Guru Nityananda Sadguru Om Guru Om Nityananda Sadguru Om Guru Om Nityananda Muktananda Nityananda Sadguru Om Guru Om Muktananda Sadguru Om Guru Om Guru Jaya Guru Om Guru Om Sachidananda Guru Guru Om Om Guru Jaya Guru Sachidananda Guru Nityananda Sadguru Guru Om Muktananda Sadguru Om Guru Om Nityananda Om Guru Om Muktananda Jaya Guru Om Guru Om Satchidananda Guru Om Guru Om Guru Jaya Guru Om Guru Jaya Guru Om Guru Om Satchidananda Guru Om Guru Om Guru Nanda Guru Om Guru Om Namah Parvati Pate Hara 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 Mahadev Namo Stvanantaya Sahasramurtaye Sahasrapada Shishirarubhave Sahasranamne Purushaya Shashvate Sahasrakoti Yugadharine Namaha Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Satchidananda Murte Nishprapanchaya Shantaya Niralambaya Tejase Nityanandaya Gurave Shishya Samsara Harane Bhakta Karya Kadehaya Namaste Chitsadatmane Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Kurva Vahe Tejasvina Vadhitamastu Ma Vidvisha Vahe Om Shanti 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 Om Namo Gurubhyo Gurupadukabhyo Nama Parebhyah Parapadukabhyah Acharya Siddhe Shwarapadukabhyo Namo Namastri Gurupadukabhyah Inkar Hrimkar Rahasya Yukta Trimkar Gurha Tamaha Vibhutya Umkar Marma Pratipadinibhyam Namo Namastri Gurupadukabhyam Utra Nihautra Nihavesya Hotru Homadi Sarva Kritibhasamanam Yad Brahma Tadvo Bhavitarinibhyam Namo Namaste Gurupadukabhyam Kamadi Sarpa Vrajagarudabhyam Vivek Vairag Yanidhi Pradabhyam Burha Pradabhyam Druta Mokshadabhyam Namo Namastri Gurupadukabhyam Ananta Samsara Samudratara Naukaitabhyam Stira Bhaktidabhyam Jadyabdi Samsho Shanavadavabhyam Namo Namastri Gurupadukabhyam Om Shanti 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 Om Asya Shri Guru Gita Stotra Mantrasya Bhagavan Sada शिवर्षि अहं बीजं सह शक्तिक्रम कीलकं श्री गुरु प्रसाद सिद्ध्यर्थे जपे विनियोगः परिवेत्तपत्रकमले दिव्ये जगत्कारणे विश्वोत्कीर्णमने कदे तद्यतं पदशाम्भवं तु चरणं दीपान्कुराग्राहिणं प्रत्याक्साक्षरविग्रहं गुरुपदं ध्यायेत् विभुं शाश्वतम् सुत उवाच कैलासशिखरे रम्ये भक्तिसन्धाननायकम् त्रिदेवी उवाच ॐ नमो देवदेवेश परात्पर जगद्गुरो केन मार्गेण भो स्वामिन् देहि ब्रह्मामयो भवे ईश्वर उवाच ममारूपासि देवी त्वं त्वत्प्रीत्यर्थं वदाम्यहम् दुर्लभं त्रिषु लोकेषु तच्छृणुष्व वदाम्यहम् वेदशास्त्रपुराणानि इतिहासादिकानि च शैव शाक्तागमादीनि अन्यानि विविधानि च यज्ञव्रतं तपोदानं जपस्तीर्थं तथैव च गुरुर्बुद्ध्यात्मनो नान्यत् सत्यं सत्यं न संशयः गूढविद्या जगन्माया देहेच्छाज्ञानसम्भवा गुरुमूर्तिं स्मरे नित्य गुरुनाम सदा जपे अनन्याश्चिन्तयन्तो मां सुलभं परमं पदम् गुकारस्त्वन्धकारश्च ऋकारस्तेज उच्यते गुकार प्रथमो वर्ण मायादिगुणभास्कः गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुर् Gururdevo Maheshwara Hetave Jagatameva Saranabhasetave Ajnanatimmirandhyasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Yat Satyena Jagat Satyam Yat Prakashena Bhati Tat Yasya Stitya Satyamedam Yat Bhati Bhanurupatah Yena Chetayate Hidam Chittam Chetayate Nayam Yasya Jnanadidam Vishvam Drishyam Ena Bherataha Yasya Matam Tasya Matam Matam Yasya Naverasaha Yasya Karana Rupasya Karya Rupena Bhatiyata Nana Rupa Midam Sarvam Kena Pyaste Bhenata Ukaram Chagunatitam Ukaram Rupa Varjitam Atrinetrah Sarva Sakshi Chatur Bahurachyuta Ayam Mayanjalir Badho Daya Sagara Vridaye Guru Paramam Rupam Viveka Chakshushamritam Abhyaiste Sakale Sudirghamanile Vyadhi Prade Tushkare Pranayama Shateraneka Karne Dukhatmakar Durjaye Swadesika Shaiva Sharira Chintanam Bhavedanantasya Shivasya Chintanam Yasmad Anugraham Labdva Mahadagyanam Mustrije Akathari Trekhabje Sahasradala Mandale Sakala bhuvan trishte Kalpita shesha pushter Nikhila negama drishte Sampadam vyartha drishte. Sakala bhuvan ranga Vanastambayashte Sakaruna rasa prishte Tatmamala samaste. Agni Shuddha Samam Tata Jvala Parichakadhiya Tade Jati Tanay Jati Tadure Tatsamipake Ajjoham ajjaroham cha anadinit anasvayam apurvanam param nityam swayam jyotirniramayam. Mananam yad bhavam karyam vadami mahamate. Akhandamandalakaram yaptam yena characharam. Yasya smaranamatrena yanam utpadyate swayam. Chaitanyam shashvatam shantam vyomatitam niranjanam. Sthabaram jangamam chaiva tatha chaiva characharam. Jnana shakti samarudha tattvamala vibhushita. Aneka janma samprapta sarva karma vidahine. Gurodadikam tattvam gurodadikam tapaha. Mannatha Tri Jagannatho Guru Tri Jagadguru. Dhyanamulam Guru Murti Jamulam Guru Padam. Dhyanam Trino Mahadevi Sarvananda Pradayakam. Srimat Parabrahma Gurum Smarami Srimat Parabrahma Gurum Vadami. Brahmanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvamvatitam Gagana Sadrisham Tattvamasya Dilaksham. Nityam Shadham Nirabhasam Nirakaram Niranjanam Anandam Anandakaram Prasanam Jnana Swarupam Nijabodha Yuktam Yasmin Trishti Stithe Dvamsa Nigrahanu Grahatmakam Guru Davshita Margena Manashudhim Tukaraye Geyam Sarvasvarupam Cha Jnanam Cha Manauchate Hunkarena Navaktavyam Prajashishakatanchana Munne Bepan Gaivapi Sueva Shapito Yadi Mantra Raja Midam Devi Guru Rityaksharadvayam Nityam Brahma Nirakaram Nirgunam Bodhayet Param Guru Krupa Prasadena Atmaramam Nirikshaye Abrahmastamba Paryantam Paramatma Swarupakam Pandeham Satchidanandam Iratitam Sada Gurum Parat Parataram Dhyayam Nityam Anandakarakam Spatika Pratama Rupam Yate Darpane Yatha Angushtamatra Purusham Ayatashinmayam Hridi Agocharam Tatha Gamyam Amarupa Vivarjitam Yatha Gandha Swabhavena Kampura Kusumarishu Swayam Tatha Vidho Bhutva Tavyam Yatra Kutrachit Guru dhyanam tadha kritva swayam brahma mayo bhave. Tre Parvati uvacha Pinnam kim to Mahadeva Padam kim samudahritam. Tre Mahadev uvacha Pinnam kundalini shakti Padam samudahritam. Pinne mukta pade mukta pe mukta varanane. Swayam sarvamayo bhutva param tattvam vilokaye. Labdham va dhan labdham va swalpam va bahulam tatha. Sarvagya paramityahu dehi sarvamayo buddha. Yatreva tishtate sopi sadesha punya bhajanam. Annena yad bhavet karyam tadvadami mahamate. Laukikat karmano yanti jnana hina bhavarnavam. Idam tu bhakti bhavena tate trinite yadi. Guru Gitatmakam Devi Shuddha Tattvam Mayoditam. Guru Gita Sharaikam Tu Praraja Mimam Jape. Ananta phalamapnoti Guru Gita Japena tu. Kalam Vrichu Bhaya Haram Sarva Sankata Nashanam. Chora Vyagra Vyapaham Mahavyadhi Haram Sarva Vibhute Siddhidam Bhave. Mohanam Sarva Bhutanam Bandha Mokshakaram Bhave. Asiddham sadhayet karyam navagraha bhayapaham. Sarva badha prashamana dharmatha kama mokshadam. Kamitasya kamadhenu kalpana kalpa Kamitasya kamadhenu kalpana kalpaparapaha moksha hetur jape nityam mokshatriyamavapnuya atha kamya jape sthanam khatayami varanane Shakti Devalaye Goshthe Sarva Devalaye Shubhe Pavitra Nirmale Sthane Nityanushtanu Pyopiva Samsara malana shartam bhava pashana vrittaye Saevacha guru sakshat sada sadbrahma vittamaha Sarva Shuddha Pavitrausa Svabharyatra Tishtati Samudra Chayuthatoyam Shire Kshiram Grite Gritam Tathaiva Jnani Jivatma Paramatma Niliyate Evam Vidho Mahamukta Sarvada Vartate Buddha Sarva Sandeha Rahito Mukto Bhavati Parvati Annena Pranana Sarve Guru Gita Japena Tu Satyam Satyam Puna Satyam Dharmyam Sankyam Ayoditam Mata Dhanya Pita Dhanyo Yo Vamsha Kulam Tata Japena Jayamapnoti Chananta Palamapnuya Japam Hina Sanam Kurvan Hina Karma Palapradam Japanjamavapnoti Rane Muktidayakam Athiva Pakpachittaya Tradha Bhakti Yutaya Cha Samsara Sagara Samudharanaka Mantram Brahmadi Deva Mune Pujita Siddha Mantram इते श्री स्कंद पुराणे उत्तरखंडे ईश्वर पार्वती संवादे गुरु गीता समाप्त। श्री गुरुदेव शरणार्पणमस्तु। दुर्जन सजन भूय सजना शान्तिमाप्नुयात्। स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्याय्येन मार्गेण मही महिषः। काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी शास्य शालिनी। सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः। मा कश्चित् दुःख भाग् भवेत्। सर्वस्तरतु दुर्गाणि सर्वो भद्राणि पश्यतु। सर्वा सर्वत्र नन्दतु। स्वस्ति मातरौ च पितॄनस्तु। स्वस्ति गौभ्यो जगते पुरुषेभ्यः विश्वं सुभूतं सुविधात्रं नोऽस्तु। योगेव दृश्येमसूर्यम्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। आरते करूं सद्गुरु की करूं सद्गुरु की प्यारे गुरु पर के। आरती करूं गुरु पर के। जय गुरुदेव अमल विनाशी ज्ञान रूपन चर के वासी। पग पग पर देते प्रकाश जैसे किरण दिन कर के। आरती करूं गुरु बर के। ब्रह्म ज्ञान के पूर्ण प्रकाशक योग ज्ञान के अतल प्रवर्तक। जय गुरु चरण सरोज में तारे व्यथा हमारे उर के। गुरु के प्यारे गुरु ओ आरते, अंधकार से हमें निकाला, दिखलाया है अमर उजाला। कब से जाने छान रहे थे, खाक सुनो दर दर के। ओ वारते करूं संशयमिता विवेक कराया, भवसागर से पार लगाया। अमर प्रदीप जला कर कर दे, निशा दूर इस तन की आरती। भेदा बीच अभेद बताया, गमन विमुक्त कराया। धन्य हुए हम पाकर धारा, ब्रह्मज्ञान निर्झर की आरती। करो कृपा सद्गुरु जगतारण, सतपथ दर्शक भ्रांति निवारण। जय हो नित्य ज्योति दिखलाने वाले लीला करके आरती वारते करूं गुरु की करूं हरे गुरु बर के नित्यानंद सद्गुरु दाता शक्तिपात के दिव्य प्रदाता करके वास गणेश पुरे भव बाधा हर ले जन की ओ आरती करूं आरती करूं सद्गुरु की करूं सद्गुरु की प्यारे गुरु वर के आरती करूं गुरु वर के ओम चैतन्यम शाश्वतम शांतम व्योमातीतम निरंजनम नाद बिंदु कलातीतम तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव नारायण कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Hare Krishna Govinda Hare Murare Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Govinda. Oh, hey, Nath, Nath. Hare Murare Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Hare Murare Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Narayana Vasudeva. Narayana Vasudeva. Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Oh, Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Hare Murare Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Govinda, Hare Murare Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Oh, Krishna, Krishna, Govinda. Vasudeva. Hare Narayana Vasudeva. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Let's center in stillness within our being. The stillness where we can feel the presence of the divine right within us. The divine is present. God is present. Right within your being. As the inner guide. As the power that moves your being. Center in that. Let go of the I that takes you into the world. Let go. Just center your awareness in the stillness of being, knowing that God is within you. God is around you. But God is not a he or she, can manifest in he and she, but God is beyond. God is indescribable, infinite. Beyond every quality, yet can assume any quality. Center in that space within. Recognize that space as a space of peace, a space of no judgment, a space of forgiveness, unconditional loving. That is the space. Open your consciousness to it. As you center in the stillness of being, take a moment to observe your physical body. Hold it in your loving thoughts. Let the warmth of your love flow towards every cell, energizing it. Before you can go deeper in your centering, ensure that your body is served, that your body is vital, that your body is held in a loving space. And then let it take you within. Join me in the inner space. Namaskar, everyone. Hope that you had a good meditation and that your body feels better, not just your ego. This is your animal. If you believe that you're a soul, well, until you experience it, until you know it, that you are a soul. If you hold the awareness that you're a soul and not the body, then what is the soul made up of? What is the nature of the soul? Body is mortal, which means it's destined to age and deteriorate and die. Body's not going to stay with you young forever. All the organs, they age. The systems in the body, they age. And of course, one day the body is going to become unusable. And we'll have to shed it. But when we shed it, we shed only a covering, a vesture. But what would have been valuable in the human experience, in the human life, is what we have gained in the soul that we are carrying in the soul. So the mind, the memory, the relationships, all the things that we remember that are stored in our mind, stored in our hearts, stored in our being, we carry that with us. So there is a carrying over beyond the life, of the life experiences. Hopefully, we would have lived such a life that we would have grown in more soul awareness, more soul identity, hopefully. Some of us, we live the life and we grow more attached to the world. And the more attached we are to the world, the more difficult it is to leave this body. And attachment is only going to bring us back to the world very quickly. So if we are hopelessly attached to this world, we're going to come back very quickly. In fact, all that we can think about is just reincarnating. And we'll stay close as a soul, as a discarnate, to all the things that are around here. That's why we have haunted places. And noble souls will stay in the sacred spaces, or to the family members who are more spiritual. So there is life after the body. And there are levels which I've spoken about already, lokas. So isn't it important that the human life should be a preparation for the hereafter? What at least it should be a place where we work through all patterns that do not serve us well again. We should work them through so that they will not come in the next life. And can we appreciate that the way we take care of our bodies will determine the kind of body we'll get in the next life? So how important it is to also take care of this animal, So we can deserve a better one or attract a better one in the next life. So isn't it important to also think of the next life? Because this is not the end of the game. This is only a small part of it in the many, many lives that a soul will go through in its evolutionary process. So how do you make sense out of this life? In the sense of progress, growing. And trying to understand, what did I come in this world to learn? You don't have to go very far in understanding this. And this is what the teachings of karma is. And more and more people across the world use the word karma. They have an understanding that action can bring consequence. And those consequences, as a result, stay with us in the mind, in the emotion, in the patterns inside of our being. The memory store, it's called the chitta. So, all that we are now is a result of all the karmas of the past. All the thoughts, all the emotions, all the patterns of thinking and behavior. They're creating what is in and around us. We are attracting everything. So can you tell a story that life around you is telling you what you have achieved, what you have become? And what you're doing now is creating your future. So we are in a dynamic play of karma. Action and consequence. Sometimes it is called the law of divine compensation. That justice is always served. You can't escape the consequences of your actions. No matter if anybody didn't see, the universe saw. When you cause pain, grief, injury, it's going to come back to you. When you do good deeds, it's going to come back to you. How do we break the cycle of being caught in all these consequences that are within us that we are still bound to? We are still caught in all these old patterns. How do we come out of it? How do we change the stage around us? How do we attract different things? And it's all by what you do in the now. If only you can hold it thinking that was yesterday, and I shouldn't let it disturb me as it does. That was yesterday. If only you have the strength of mind and presence of being to stay now. Now is the possibility. What I do now is going to create my future. What I do now is going to reshape my past. I could look at it differently. So what you do now, this moment is important. And this moment has infinite possibilities. That's why we are choice makers. We are soul beings who are choice makers. We can decide to follow this path or this one or none. We are faced with that in every moment. And every thought we create has a consequence. It's going to attract things from around us. It's going to create an energy that influences our own physical being. It is an energy capsule. It carries energy in it that can drive my ego. If I think of a particular thought, it drives my ego in a particular way, it energizes my ego in a particular way. And ego is a sense of I, the consciousness of I, the consciousness of self. So we need to be careful of every thought that enters the mind and we engage with it, every emotion, every intention. Because it's determining our future based on the consequences of these thoughts. So being watchful over your mind is extremely important. We call it now mindfulness. If we are to really work through this karmic play, and this world is called karma bhumi. It is land where the place where we have come to work through the karmas. So you're not free of all those old patterns that you have created by not thinking about them. No, they will haunt you in your dreams, in your silent thoughts. We need to face them. And we need to be ever so careful about how we act in every moment. And we need to be able to stay in the now, where we can make decisions about new possibilities, make right choices. That's a responsible way of living. To take action to take responsibility for every thought we create and every action we have done in the past that is resulting in things now. So if we had many bad thoughts and it resulted in something now, we should think, how can I change that? If I had poor lifestyle habits that brought my body into a condition of deterioration, how do I change that? How do I change my habits? How do I change these patterns? And in the genes, we know that there are certain DNA in the genome that are switches for turning gene expression on and off. And those switches we can activate by our behavior, by our thoughts, by changing lifestyle. We change the way genes express. So whereas the old generation has brought this body, this we have gotten from the generations before. And their habits would show up in the genes, in gene expression. But we can change those because of these DNA switches that can turn them on and off. But the behavior, we need to change the behavior, we need to change the thoughts. And we don't wait till tomorrow to do it. We don't wait for next week and next year. The whole idea is do it now. When you understand something, do it now. Practice it now if you want to avoid misery in the future. Practice it now, 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 now. That's why we have this practice of staying in the now. If you stay in the now, then you are not driven by past and future. You've escaped time. You're staying in transcendence to time because you are not caught up in what the past might have been. You're staying in the now and the possibilities. You're not influenced by the future because you know what you do now is going to influence the future. So you stay so centered in the now that you know and doing everything that is noble, sattvic, that the past will begin to transform. The past thoughts, the past ideas, because you're changing them based on the now. And the future is going to change based on the now. So in the karmic game, you need to stay in the now. And you know, I absolutely love the serenity prayer. It says, don't stress yourself. Grant me the serenity to accept the things that I can't change. Naturally, let me learn the philosophy of acceptance. These are the things that I've created in ignorance. Let me accept them. Don't fight with them. Don't beat myself up. No. Let me accept it. Grant me the serenity to accept the things that I can't change. But, and here's the choices, the courage to change the things that I can. To change the things that are within my possibilities. To change the things that I can. And the wisdom to know when I need to accept and don't fight, and when I need to engage courageously. Wisdom, that wisdom step is important. If we adhere to this beautiful prayer, it should not be on a plaque on a wall. It should not be on your desk and a saying. It should be in your being. You should live it. In every action, you should become aware. Do I need to accept? One of the most marvelous things in the universe, in the stressful karmic challenge, is grace. Abundant grace. And you know the hymn, Amazing Grace. Grace. It means the universe is always there in support. There's a saying in one of the traditions, if you walk towards God, God runs towards you. Another saying we hear, God help those who help themselves. So there is support. If you call upon the divine, sincerely, grace will enter your space. So when everything becomes overwhelming, you feel so burdened, just let go, just let go, just let go and say, I need help. And the universe is ever full of grace. It will reach out and support you. Many days when human life will become stressful to be in, oh my God. It's like a day when it rains, it pours. Everything that would go wrong seemed to go wrong. And then I stand back and say, Lord, what is this? Where do you have me in this play? And then someone appears. Something happens before the day is done. And it changes the whole dynamic. Someone says something very nice to me, very uplifting. Or I get some news item and the day changes. And I know that the universe is full of grace. There is never a moment, even when I was 20 years and going through India as a young person, I often slept with my little traveling bag on my head in the train stations. Because I know the pickpockets. But always protected. Always. And I went to India with little money. Oh my God, there was so much hospitality in India in those days. I came back with money. Amazing, amazing, amazing. I had the most wonderful time in a subcontinent that I never traveled before. But I feel the power of grace, whether it's in the trains, whether it's in the ashrams, whether it's just individuals on the street. The power of grace was very evident. So I had the most blessed experience of grace as a young person traveling for the first time. And that grace has surrounded me in every situation. And I've always held the thought, who are you going to send to me today? What assignment are you going to give me today? and it never fails. I see it. It comes to me. That's why I don't neglect anyone. Whoever comes before me, I see it as the universe sent a person. I work with them, help them, so long as they stay with me. Because I see it as from the universe. And I wanted to say a gift. That's how I see it. Can you see the power of grace supporting you? And even in the internal world that you seek to know yourself, the power of grace appears as the inner guide, as the evolutionary energy within that we call Kundalini. She comes up on the inside, and she heals the body. She brings the thoughts to the mind. She brings love into the heart. She brings a shine into your being. It's beautiful. And one of the most visible signs of grace, tangible signs of grace, is when you have met the Master. Life is never the same. It moves from darkness into light, as the Guru Gita says. For me, I couldn't have been more blessed than to meet masters. So I'm ever, ever grateful for all those who have influenced my life in some way. On the wall is only a few. So let's be grateful. Let's understand the karmic timeline that we are caught in. This world is not our home. We're just passing through, as the song says. Let's make it a good one. So just a reminder for those of you who have been following my work, that a 40-day retreat is up soon, and now we're in the preparation stage. And I look forward to participation from those who are receptive and ready for the next steps on the journey. Thank you, everyone. It's been a joy being with you. I hope that I can make your Sunday a little bit different in a positive sense. Have a blessed day, everyone. Namaskar.